got everything off the car. You can see it's completely dismantled. Well, we got the rear bumper off. I got the hatch boxed up and all the other accessories. So let's go ahead and get this dropped off over at the body shop. We should get it back here in a few days. Go over there. How's it going, everyone? It's Gene, aka LS Turbo Integ, and welcome to my channel. Guys, we have so much going on. So as you can see, the Cayman is under construction. Lots of stuff going on. So if you've been keeping up with my videos, my Manti Racing Clubsport rear bumper is at Prestige Auto Body. They needed a few more days to work on the bumper, but I should be picking it up here either by the end of today or tomorrow. So that way I can get that slapped back on. Prestige Auto Body did get the Silver Rockets carbon fiber hatch all completed. As you can see, it is fully glossed out now. Looks absolutely amazing. I also had Dylan at Flawless Detailing. He did the PPF on my polycarbonate glass and it turned out amazing. Absolutely knocked it out of the park. So now I won't have to worry so much about scratching the glass. But the polycarbonate glass won't be done until next Friday when my buddy Matt from Porsche Mod Squad comes down. He's going to go ahead and help me put this in. Also, I ordered the recommended adhesive to bond the HD glass to the hatch. And this is what they recommended, was from Sika. This is the Sika Flex 291. It is an adhesive slash sealant. But I also ordered the bonding promoter from Amazon that's also required when attaching the HD glass to the hatch. But that'll be coming in from Amazon today, so I'll show you guys what that product is as soon as it gets in. But also, I did get the reinforcements placed back from Prestige Auto Body. These are the Silver Rockets. Absolutely stunning, you guys. I had these gloss cleared, that way it matches everything. These turned out absolutely amazing. Love how glossy it is now. You can actually see the carbon fiber. Also, what I got back from Prestige Auto Body are the Silver Rockets carbon fiber risers. I had these glossed out. Like I said, I gotta have everything matching on the car because everything is glossed under the lights at all these car events. It really pops and shines. If not, I would have left them with the matte finish. I did take out the hardware because I wanted to make sure that didn't get cleared. But Prestige Auto Body knocked it out of the park on this. Look how amazing the carbon fiber weave is. Absolutely amazing. These things are a work of art. I mean, if you guys really look at the details, it's quite amazing to see how much work was put into these. Like I said from my open box review video of the Silver Rockets 3-inch carbon fiber risers, 18 hours to complete this set here. Knowing that it takes 171 layers of carbon fiber to make these is absolutely insane. It just shows how far and above that Silver Rockets will take their products to. So what's great is I developed a partnership with Silver Rockets. Because I have their tailgate, their risers, and I do have their wing on its way. If anyone purchased any of the three as a complimentary gift, you guys will either get a choice of your carbon fiber reinforcements plates, or you guys can choose the Silver Rockets wind buffers. So you guys get to choose one of the two for free. And that will be for all of 2025. After that, the promotion will end. So if you guys want to reach out for that promotion, send me a DM or reach out to Silver Rockets and let them know Gene sent you. But we got a lot going on today. Got the Raggdollmotorsports intercooler already installed. So I got to go back and go ahead and wipe it down, get it all nice and clean again, just because all my fingerprints are all over it when I installed it. Also, the intake cover is on its way from Kurt from Mylar Designs. So that is being done in a blue reflective carbon fiber. It took a while, but it's done and I can't wait to get it. Also guys, stay tuned. I still got to install the Raggdollmotorsports Series 1 Turbo. Also, I've got my Turbo Inlet from Raggdollmotorsports, so I'm going to go and swap out my mocked up version. What else do we got going on? Oh, this was sent to me from my buddy Matt from Porsche Mod Squad. I now have the LED light bar that came in. So here's what the kit comes with. I will not have to be using this lower section because this is not the bumper I'll be having on my car. It will be the Manthey Racing. Alright, I'm just going to use my OEM bumper for example, just because I don't have my Manthey Racing rear bumper here. But basically this top part where it says Porsche is what gets replaced with this. See if I can just set it in place. Alright, and what's cool is this new light bar does light up when you step on the brakes, but that's going to look pretty clean. What's also kind of cool is because my Porsche logos are black, Porsche letters are chromed out. That's going to match really well with the exhaust because it is chrome plated. So, but before I get to install it, I gotta wait till I get my rear bumper back from Prestige Auto Body. So that'll have to be on hold. The other project I'm working on is the front bumper. As you can see, front bumper is off and we have it over here. Let me show you guys what we're doing. So I'm currently working on these custom grills that I had to make that I ordered from Amazon. The screens are pretty much universal. You just cut them to size and basically you'll have to shape them as needed. And what I ended up doing is I went to Home Depot. My buddy Matt from Porsche Mod Squad suggested I bondo some clips in, that way I can attach it using wire. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm currently waiting for these to dry. And they should be dry by now. I was told it only takes 10-15 minutes for these to cure. I did do some of them last night. As you can see, I got them installed already. This one I had to redo. And these, I'm waiting for it to dry. And once they're dried, here's the one section that I cut out. Basically you got to bend it until it shows somewhat of a curvature of where it needs to go, and I wanted to make sure it was perfect. So for that piece right here, that's going to be this one right here that I made. As you can see, if I flip it over, you can actually see how I bent it. So in case you guys are wondering how these are made, for those that are interested in doing theirs or haven't done theirs yet, so pretty much the screens will come on a roll. I rolled it out, and with the mesh kind of flat, you're basically going to want to outline it. I used a silver marker to show where the openings were, so you can still see the markings. And after that, I kind of went a little further. This is about 1.5 inches all the way around except this bottom section. And pretty much from there, I just used my pliers to kind of fold this over. And then once I had it folded over, I kind of shaped it. And you just want to keep shaping it, put it back, try to get it as close as to the same contours as where it needs to go. And once they're dry, you guys will basically put this where it needs to go. The wire will poke through the screen. You'll fold it over like so. See how that's bent over? It'll hold it in place. It's not going to go anywhere. So that's what I'm currently working on now. And basically that's all I have to do with the front bumper. So once that's done, we can go ahead and get it reinstalled back onto the Cayman and trying to get everything back together. So Slammed Enough in Columbus, Ohio is on May 4th. So it is crunch time. So one of the main components I need to get back right away, and hopefully I can get it back by the end of today, is the Manthey Racing carbon fiber rear bumper. Once I get that into place, pretty much I can get everything back together. So what's great is I don't have to put the glass back on. I can just go ahead and work on the hatch, get everything fished back through the hatch with all the wire loom, get the hatch struts installed, get everything lined up, make sure all the gaps are nice and tight. Then pretty much from there I can get the risers installed. So a lot of things I got to do today. So with that being said, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. If you guys like the content, please consider subscribing. Hit those post notifications. That way every time I drop my videos, you guys will be notified. And if you guys have any questions or any comments, be sure to post them below. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. You guys can also follow me on Instagram at LS Turbo Integ. Alright fam, enough yapping, let's get to work.
know it's hard, it's not impossible. Tell them there's no limit, I'm unstoppable. Stop myself and guilt, then it's possible. Nobody else will play the fool. Maybe I was born just to break the rules. Stop the water for the money and fill up my pool. Not my morals or my dignity, we keep it cool. Just to work for the system, use you like a tool. How efficient do we use ourselves? That's like the story you're telling someone else's tales. All that chit chat will make you feel. Can't worry less and really worry about yourself. I learned the hard way would damage health. Listen to that voice within, gotta know yourself. Don't worry about a thing, everything is going well. Let enter my inner child, I've gotta tell you something else. All the pain in your brain will make you feel. All that pain in your brain will make you feel. All that pain in your brain will make you feel. All that pain in your brain will make you feel. All that pain in your brain will make you feel. All that pain in your brain will make you feel. All that pain in your brain will make you feel. All that pain in your brain will make you feel sane. Okay. Don't act blind if you're blessed with the vision. Then you gotta watch signs and your gut tells you everything. See this in time and trust your intuition. It will guide you on the mission. You'll be better than you ever been. If you're blessed with the vision, gotta watch signs and your gut tells you everything. Just trust your intuition. It will guide you on the mission. You'll be better than you ever been. All that pain in your brain will make you feel. All that pain in your brain will make you feel. All that pain in your brain will make you feel. All that pain in your brain will make you feel sane. All that pain in your brain will make you feel. All that pain in your brain will make you feel. All that pain in your brain will make you feel. All that pain in your brain will make you feel sane.
on fire.
I melt in your hands, soaked in sweat when we dance. I fall to my knees, baby. Wanna get you alone now, not ready to ignite. I want us to go home now, now turn off every light, baby, burn me to ashes. Then I rise, then I rise.
You set my body, all on my body. You set my body, all on my body on fire. You set my body, all on my body. You set my body, all on my body on fire. You set my body, all on my body. You set my body, all on my body. You set my body, all on my body.
All right, bam, lots of progress done. I got the hatch done. Also got everything pulled through as far as the latch mechanism and all the electrical. Risers are installed. Oh man, guys, I cannot wait to get the wing on. I will say, I had to make a lot of adjustments to make sure this gets centered right. I thought you put it on and close it and it's all set, but no, you actually have to adjust it, as well as there's some of these tapered blocks that go up and down. So I had to make adjustments to those. That way the hatch sits flush. And right now, I think I got it dialed in. As you can see, I got it lined up to the edge here and to the edge here. But without that rear bumper on, I'm just kind of guessing right now, but just looking at it as is, still a lot more adjustments you can do, but I think it's right where I need it. I'll find out once I get that Manti Racing bumper back. So, but for now, what do you guys think? So, wow. And they're pretty sturdy, guys. Look how solid that is. So at this point, I'm done with the rear. So what I'm gonna do now is start working on the front bumper. The Bondo should be nice and dry now. So if you guys see here, see how solid it is now? Let's check this side. Yep, pretty solid. I got one more here. I'm not going to show this on video since it's really not that important, but let me go ahead and knock this out, get the front bumper back on, and pretty much from there, just got to wait for the wing and the rear bumper. What do you guys think? I'm super excited. Can't wait to get this all back together. Slowly but surely, guys, just little by little, we're getting things done here. Thanks so much for tuning in, fam. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. But I really hope you guys like the way this is turning out. And I really hope you guys like the direction that I'm taking this. I don't know of any other Cayman that's doing this. But let me go ahead and show you what it looks like from underneath. As far as the hatch strut, it's doing exactly what it used to do when it was OEM. So right now, see how it's halfway up? So now, these are the OEM struts. So I'm not sure how this is gonna react yet, just because I don't have the wing or the polycarbonate glass on. But before, right about here, it would just fall, like it wouldn't stay up at all. But right now, it wants to go up, so that's a good sign. So these are the adjusting blocks I was talking about. They actually slide up and down. It'll rest on these. So basically you can make your adjustments up or down. That way it gives you plenty of adjustments, and you can do that on both sides. But as far as the hatch connection up here, I did paint it black, which looks much better. I did install it earlier and it was just standing out like a sore thumb. I mean, all the silver parts. So now that it's painted all black, it looks so much cleaner. And as far as the wires, the extra wire, that's what's used to plug into like the defroster lines right here on both sides. We don't need them, but you don't want to cut them off. So basically I was able to fish it back through and it sits in there. Instead of the wires hanging down, I was able to use one of the fasteners. I actually had to drill a hole into the hatch, and then I popped it through, and look how clean that looks. Everything looks OEM. So keep in mind, guys, we do not put back any of the original trim panels back. So like the sides and even that back piece, you do not put on. So just in case there are people out there wondering Whether your OEM trim goes back, it does not. And the accessibility to the 3 bolts are right here. And it does use 2 additional bolts that go right in here. A total of 5 bolts to hold the risers down in place. So as soon as I get the polycarbonate glass back in, I'll go ahead and get my rear view black view dash cam reinstalled. All right, Amazon just showed up and they delivered the Sika Primer 209D. So this is what's going to be used before applying the adhesive. I think it's just more of like a promoter, I guess. I'll use this on the underside of the glass. That way it makes good contact. This will be applied on the hatch. So pretty much when I put the polycarbonate glass onto the hatch, the 2 products should bond well. $87 guys for a one-time use. It is what it is. What's going on guys? I got Matt and Sarah all the way down from Tennessee from Porsche Mod Squad, and we are actually going to be installing Silver Rocket's polycarbonate glass. Matt is actually sanding down the frame area where it's going to adhere, so it's got better contact. And per instruction, we are using the 320. They did say 360, but there was no 360, so we are using the 320 grits. And per instruction, they use a Sikaflex 291 along with their Sika Primer 209D. So make sure you guys don't use anything different. And Matt's already got these cut out right here. So you guys can see how it's nice and scuffed up. Hatch area is all dirty again. I gotta have to vacuum. Thanks, Matt. Right? I only spent 30 minutes vacuuming that.
You can perfect it on my line.
I put the guns right there on the seat, dude.
Dauber is what we need to stick in here in order to put it onto the glass. And no, it does not come with one. Do you have a foam brush?
I think I do. Shake, rattle, and roll.
So what the edge promoter does is there's actually a couple of YouTube videos on it. You can actually watch them take the urethane, put it on glass that's not been promoted, and then do this, let it tack up and dry, and then put the urethane down, and you can't rip it off. And it's just going to create a better seal, a better bond. And with the way that glass is, or flexible plastic.
That's pretty much what it is, huh?
I've never seen it bowed like that. What we want to do is we want to clean the surface. Even though we're putting down the primer, you just want to make sure that this surface is really,
nice and
really clean. I mean, so guys, this is the bow.
Pretty crazy, right? Silver Rock. Look at that, dude. Never seen that before?
Never. So this will dry to the same consistency as the black already. So you just want to take your brush. And we're just going to do about two inches in.
And that's just so it makes better contact with the adhesive, right?
Yep. So we're just Bob Rossing it over here, painting happy little trees.
Where's the animals at? And the birds?
We'll put a nice little tree here, get a bird. It's a happy little bird, he's just flying. Good weather up here today. We'll get a happy little stream going down here. it'll start to change colors and go back to the normal color once it actually gets.
Oh, so we just wait till it's like the same color as this.
Yep.
Okay.
And we just wait. Normally I have a foam brush, but this one, we Bob Ross it over here.
Yeah, I think a foam brush would have been easier, wouldn't it?
Yeah. Amazon was sold out.
Yeah, if I would have known, I probably would have gone to the store the other day. Is that easier than the brush?
A lot easier. A little bit more messy, but we do what we gotta do.
Oh, then so you just leave a layer, huh?
Yep. Yeah, so much easier, so much better. And I was talking about like the how this edge promoter actually helps. But notice how the
Oh yeah. Oh, they're sticking.
yeah. So that's what that edge promoter actually does, is it makes that
Bonding.
bonding agent
Even stronger.
much stronger.
We have swapped out the bars, you guys. So you can see the difference. Matt, this is the one we swapped off. He does have the 718, so it is compatible with mine. So I had mentioned that in my videos, you guys. So it's 981, that's correct. So guys, the reason why, like I mentioned in my previous video, that we're having to swap out the crash bar is because the Manti, remember I explained to you, first thing was the tow hook is on the right side instead of the center, and those little bumpy things on my crash bar was hitting right about here. So here's those knob, or what do you call those, Matt?
They're extra bump stops basically that just help keep the bumper in place.
Okay.
If you ever look on eBay for people who's wrecked their cars, on bumpers you'll always find like two little spots right here.
Because that's where the impressions are when it
That's
hits.
where the impressions are, which to me is a stupid design, but I'm not a Porsche engineer.
So here's the 981 crash bar, guys. So if you guys are wondering, yes, they do fit. They do mount it exactly. Even the heat shield fits perfectly. The 981 and 718, guys, are pretty much identical other than a couple of the exterior components. But like I said, even with the rear trunk cavity, his speaker that he custom made fits exactly in my 718. And he's got also the other side with that speaker, but it fits in like so. So it fits just like that. So both 981 and the 718 platform are pretty much identical in every way.
All parts are the same. except
My
the outside.
right. So when I sent him my PSC exhaust, he was able to slap it on to his. Now this exhaust is a base one, right?
That's a base 718 exhaust.
So
That's
like
been modified.
there you go, guys. And he modified it to fit his 981. So where it goes over the axles and connects is identical. So a lot of you guys, if you guys are finding sales for some of the 718 parts and you got a 981 or vice versa, a lot of the parts are interchangeable, really. Sweet. All right, so we got the crash bar on. You're good here.
Okay. Right, there you go.
Dude, that looks better
It's better. It's where it's supposed to go.
for the exhaust tips.
So,
And then there's the tow hook, guys.
so for future reference, for anybody with Manti Racing rear bumpers, it's actually a 981 crash bar.
I reached everywhere online and most people didn't want to sell it to me because they were saying, oh, it won't fit. But I knew it was going to fit. As soon as I saw Matt's, he didn't have that piece on.
Oh, I
And he
knew it
said
would
it should fit. And here's the confirmation, guys. Got the crash bar back on and the Manti bumper back on. So now we just got to slap on his and we'll be good to go. So one of the things I wanted to confirm, guys, was the rear spats.
Off of a GT4RS.
So in case you guys are wondering what I'm talking about, that is this part here on the GT4RS. As part of the diffuser, it is two pieces. I reached out to a couple places to confirm whether they would fit or not. And I had quite a bit of people telling me it won't fit according to at least their fitment when they pulled it up.
Everybody tells you no because the part numbers don't match. But here at OSS Turbo Tag and Porsche Mod Squad, we don't believe in non-fitment.
We will try until it fits. So originally, you guys, I was gonna use my rear spats from TAIGATE because I really assumed it was the same size, dimensions, and everything. And you can see it's got these little winglets, but I already took those off and it does not fit. It's actually shaped differently. It's actually longer. Matt actually has the OEM spats, which are the ones I was gonna order until I was told no, it won't fit. So now we're gonna confirm whether or not this will fit a Manti bumper. And maybe that's what kept throwing everybody off, was maybe the Manti won't fit.
So,
alright guys, as you can see, the 7-way crash bar mounts perfectly onto a 981. Now the only difference was he had to cut the heat shield because he does have a split exhaust, not a center. That's the only modification needed. So he basically just took a 10 snips, cut it out, and pretty much it's on, guys. So if you guys have any questions on regarding whether it fits or not, this will confirm fitment is perfect. All the mounting locations are exactly the same. Dang, look at these.
See Matt over there too. And this is us.
So this part, it's this right here. Hey guys, Porsche Mod Squad here, and flipping the script a little bit. So instead of Gene filming me, I'm going to turn around and film him. So Gene, what are we actually doing today?
We are gonna put the Silver Rockets polycarbonate glass on their Silver Rockets carbon fiber patch.
All right, so what all have we done so far since the last time they seen it? We've got the bumpers back on.
Bumpers are back on. I think that was it. My last video, I already had the risers installed. Everything was already done, except nothing was cleared yet. Everything's all done. The only thing that's not here is the wing.
And what we've done recently is we actually started to put the car together. So all of this is back together, roll bar, beauty board, and then so now we're just
Crash bar swapped out.
Yep, got the crash bar swapped out from my car
lined
here.
up, ready to go. Diffuser's back on. What else we got? I think that's it. And now it's just a matter of putting the polycarbonate glass on, which this should be completely dry now.
Yep, we've had plenty of time for that to dry. So I guess let's get to it and shoot the next video of the
Let's put it
glass in.
Steady with the hand, guys.
Yeah, the Red Bulls are after. What you do is whenever you want to start back in, you push back into it and then create your second bead.
Good tip. Makes sense though. And then when you connect the beads together.
Yep, you just kind of want to peel in together. Because you don't want it to have any kind of air pockets. Alright.
Sweet.
What I always do is up here, where it has the big, I'll actually do
Section right there, yeah.
you know, just give it a little bit of extra right there around the corners. Alright.
Using my triple mount suction I do for videos, guys, and we're using it to
Set glass.
set glass. So it pays off in the long run. How about that? Oh yeah, you gotta push those and it'll suck it in. Yeah?
Alright, line up your edges. Okay. Alright.
I'll check my side. Do we need a blue tape to hold it in place or anything?
Alright, so I'm going to push that up. Now on real glass, you want to use like the whole palm of your hand whenever pressing. That way you're actually distributing the weight.
Is it because this is different than... Because glass is just one piece. Is it because this flexes a little bit?
Yeah, this one flexes, so you just want to kind of make sure it's all nice and seamed around. Alright. 1, 2.
Is that so it doesn't shift, huh?
That way it doesn't move. We got a good set. That was actually a really good set.
Oh, it's actually on. It's actually on.
Yeah.
This whole time I've been staring like, man, I don't think I can do this by myself. Oh, getting the extra out.
Yep.
Cool. Look how clean that is, guys. Like the spacing is just perfect. Dang, guys, the glass is actually on. Check that out. I'll tell you what, when we were driving this yesterday, just the heat coming from the engine bay, even though we had no back glass and both windows were down, it felt like we were in the oven, dude. I think it was swirling inside the car.
Just swirling around.
Yeah, I'm like, why is it so hot in here? Like, I got 3 windows and the heat stays in the car. I think that's what it was doing.
You had pass-through heat.
That's what it was, because I would put my hand behind me and you can feel the heat coming over our heads.
Porsche Mod Squad here, and just a quick update. After putting the bumper back on, talking to Gene, I'll just let Gene explain what we're going to do.
We are putting the LED light bar on after all. Why? Because I want that.
And the thing about it is, the Manti Racing rear bumper is not specifically cut out for that light bar. But we're Porsche Mod Squad, and guess what? We're modding the f*** out of that.
It's a $7,000 bumper, guys, but we're gonna cut the F out of it. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it, Matt.
Any last words?
No, we're not actually cutting it, guys. We would never do that to a $7,000. No. Matt, I said we would never cut it.
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
I said
You
I
were
changed
cutting
my
it, right?
mind. I didn't want you to cut it, but I couldn't stop you.
It'll hold.
So even if I cut that, those two supports on the end still kind of stabilize it, huh?
Yeah. So we're going to get rid of this middle section here,
Yeah.
and that's going to allow the light to actually fit in there.
Yeah, because I kept looking at it going, okay, how am I going to measure this?
On certain things, you know, they always tell you measure twice, cut
Once. Matt didn't even measure. He just went at it in the middle of my sentence like, what was that, Gene?
We're doing this, right?
What did he say?
Dude, do we even have to do a backing?
Yeah.
We do.
Yeah. Just because otherwise this will be.
It's going to be moving all the time? Okay, got it. We actually cut the Manti bumper, guys. I can't believe this. Did you get it, Matt?
Yep.
Check it out, guys. He actually cut my bumper and was able to get the light to work. I do remember opening it up and then setting it up with the camera. I'm like, it's not going to work. Guys, so he basically, you saw he cut the two sections, basically slid it in, and oh, by the way, you want to let them know why they can't have the S on here?
So according to infringement copyright laws, they sell Porsche, not Porsche. So
Porsche!
so yeah, so they send you the light without the S, that way they can't get copyright.
Right, and then they send you actually the S and you just pop it in yourself.
Yep.
So what did you have to do? So you cut it, then it just slid in perfectly. Now what we're gonna do?
All right, let's see if we can show this on the back side here. So now, where we actually cut this, if you want to come on this side here, we actually need to join the duckbill back to the bumper. So what we're going to do is I'm actually going to take the light back out, and we're going to put masking tape on it, and we're going to fiberglass resin and mat the back of it, and that way it will join those two back. So basically where we cut out the cup hole from the OEM, now we've got to make a new cup for this light to fit in.
Got it.
That way it'll stay like that.
It'll keep the duckbill structure.
Gives the rigidity back to the whole duckbill and everything like that. So
What did I use? I think that's a 60 grit. Sanded down these sections, one here, one in the middle, top and bottom, and one's on the end. That way everything can adhere. So on the parking sensors, guys, I actually had to do the same thing with the Bondo fiberglass, just because once I had this in place, it was holding, but in the long term, I didn't want them popping out. So now they're not going to go anywhere, and I can still remove them if I need to switch them back over to my OEM bumper. Also, we got the backup camera installed, as well as the license plate lights. Is that different fiberglass than the other fiberglass that I'm thinking of?
So like this is the same thing as fiberglass fenders, fiberglass bumper.
Okay.
There is actually two types of fiberglass. This is actually what they call a mat. It's just basically a bunch of fibers just pressed in together. And then they actually have a fiberglass cloth, which is literally like almost carbon the carbon fiber weave, and this is for more of your aesthetically looking cleanliness.
Okay.
To make things look pretty, I always put the cloth over top of it. You use this type for rigidity and stability. You use this to make it look pretty, or at least that's what I do. Whenever you're doing any kind of fiberglass work, you always want to go ahead and pre-cut your fiberglass, because you don't want to be sitting here trying to cut fiberglass while your hands are dirty and covered in resin.
Right. So in your head, you already have in mind the kind of pieces and sizes you need.
Yep. So whenever I'm sitting here getting ready to, you know, I'm thinking in my head of how I want to do it. I
When
just
you
don't
apply
want to take and screw, you know,
Right.
paste all this on. So you start off in, you know, like smaller sections, and then just build it up and make it it's like feathering.
Yeah.
Best way to describe it.
Like how many layers do you think you're gonna actually end up doing?
I'm actually probably going to do about 3 to 4.
Okay.
Like I said, I want it to give the rigidity back to the carbon fiber that we took out. Carbon fiber is a lot more durable than fiberglass, so that's another reason why I want to add more than what's needed.
Right.
Just for stability reasons.
Makes sense.
Because this is a Manti racing bumper, I want to try to leave your
Yeah, the serial
stickers
numbers and everything.
So this is pretty much how.
So you're doing 3 sections.
Yep.
Okay, for some reason, I don't know why I was thinking you're going all the way across. You're just
Yeah.
doing 3 just to make it stable.
Just to keep this.
Yeah, for moving. See how movable it is still? When the light's there, it actually didn't move as much, but still, you really don't want it to move at all. So that's what he's gonna do here is
reinforce.
Yep. So I finally got my wing from Silver Rocket, you guys. Super lightweight. I'm gonna have to let him know he's got to change the details on his website. It's actually not 7 pounds. I think it's like 5 grams. So I reduced the weight by at least all of it. I think the tape weighs more than the wing, really. But at least the blue tape kind of makes everything flow with the car. What do you guys think? Should I roll into slam down like this? I think it's sitting at a real good angle too, man. Look how much downforce I'll have.
No, actually.
Do I gotta tip it up more?
You gotta tip it up more.
How much more for you to add a gurney on the end of this, Matt? He's looking. I could make something. Look at him. The squirrels are.
The box that this came. Oh wait, there it is. It came with its own.
Oh yeah, you can cut that piece out.
It's homage to the old 911, so it's going to be made out of foam.
We want to keep it light, you guys. Remember, foam is pretty light.
It's all about those nanoseconds that you're racing on the track.
Look how good that looks. Made by Matt from Porsche Mod Squad. He even did these ones, you guys. How cool does that look? So the blue tape, you're basically covering where the...
So whenever I actually put the vinyl or the resin and matte on here, I don't want the resin and matte to stick to this.
Fall it, yeah.
So you sit here and you tape up anything that you don't want to get resin on. Honestly, it's one of the old speaker box tricks. Whenever you're making a speaker box using resin and matte, you line your trunk or wherever you're wanting your speaker box to go with painter's tape, and then you take aluminum foil, put down aluminum foil, and then do more masking tape just to make sure that the resin doesn't go through, and then you make your box. And then whenever you pull out the box, you just peel all the tape off and you're good to go.
Time to lay everything down, guys. This is the first time I get to watch in person someone actually work with fiberglass, which is something I always wanted to learn how to do, but sometimes it's hard to do it if you've never seen it actually in person. So when you actually, I see it on videos all the time. And what's in that can, Matt?
This is your fiberglass resin.
Alright.
The hardener is somewhere where I put it. Yeah. There's a ratio. I've just been doing it so long.
You kind of know how much to put.
So I'll normally do about 10, 15 drops. Once it's down, you just start mixing. Normally I mix it for about 2 to 3 minutes. So
Oh, okay, that long.
yeah. So one thing that I always do is wherever I'm actually adding the fiberglass, I'll actually take and go ahead and
Put a layer there first.
just so it'll tack up and stick. You know, ever since I came here, I've been feeling like Bob Ross from the
Oh, the painting?
from the brushes. And like I said, this doesn't have to conform to the light.
We're just holding it in
It's
place.
just for rigidity.
Right.
And now you see the function of the tape.
Yep. So it's not going to stick to it, huh? Wait, are you just going to leave the tape there, right?
No, I'll take it off just so, you know, if anybody
Oh,
else.
because it's taped to the light. That's right. So you can still pop the light off.
Yep.
Got it.
So this was an afterthought. So, just a backstory, guys. Whenever Gene first mentioned he was getting this bumper, he actually wanted this light that I had on my car. And this is before the Manti Racing. I told him that I would get him one. So he gets it, and we find out that it doesn't work because of having to cut the bumper. So me and Gene had this long back and forth conversation of don't cut the 6,000, 7,000. We don't really know how much this bumper is. Nobody will give us a price. So if anybody out there knows how much this bumper is, please let us know.
Yep.
So upon arriving last night, Gene showed me all of the stuff that he's been doing. And I go look at the diffuser because the $500 diffuser, X amount bumper. Told him to cut the diffuser to make it work. And what's the first thing I see? Gene proceeds to tell me that he has cut the bumper for the diffuser. So, and Gene...
It was the only way to do it, guys.
So,
In my defense.
So with Gene saying, oh, that's the only way I had to do it, I'm like, fuck it, let's cut your bumper. And here we are.
Yeah. After we put the bumper on the car, and it was already done, guys.
Yeah.
But I was sitting there looking at Matt's lights turn on all the time. I'm like, that is so cool. I have the lights. He said he can do it. He's got the time to do it. So why not take the advantage and get it done? Just because if you're behind a bunch of Porsches, this one is going to stand out. Or is there any other Porsches that have the light bars?
So this actually mimics the newer models. It's trying to mimic the 992.
Okay.
With the solid, the light all the way across.
Right. But any other Cayman owner would know right away that's not OEM. So it actually might catch their eye like, wait a minute.
Where did that come from?
Yeah. Is that aftermarket? Is that OEM? What is that? Alright guys, this is what it looks like after Matt applied all the fiberglass. So now it makes sense to me what he was talking about, because I know when he explained it to me what he needs to do, I was thinking, oh, that's a lot of work. But actually now that he explained it to me, it makes complete sense. What do you guys think? And then we'll still be able to pop the light out the backside so we can remove the blue tape. I thought it was in there for good after this, but no, I just realized he can still pop it off if he needs to. Guys, we are always modding things around here. So here Matt's putting the module, right?
Yep, it's the module that actually controls the light. So I'm going to use the fiberglass that we just laid in there to actually hold the module on.
What's going on, guys? It's the next day. Matt actually got the LED light bar completed. This is what it looks like without it being on. Dude, how clean is that? And look at the stability. It is solid. What do you guys think of the lights? Dude, that looks so good. Now, William, you guys, from Renmeister?
Renmeister LLC.
He's got a different version coming out. He's got the same one like this that he also sells, but he's also got his new one that's going to come out that Matt should have the first prototype, and it actually connects with the light. So it's actually one whole
All the way
piece.
across, yes. One
So-
piece made out of carbon fiber or aluminum.
So stay tuned for that. When is he going to have that out, you think?
No clue. I know it's supposed to be summer.
Summer. So that'll be the first one out to where it's one complete light system. So cool. So stay tuned for that, you guys. That's going to be a real cool design. Maybe that's something I'll update later, but for now, I'm just happy I have the middle light. But check out Matt's frog venom decal he just put on last night. That turned out freaking amazing. Pretty sweet. And right now he's working on putting the Rennsport Dragon Rally on the headliner. And then on this side, he's got the frog venom as well. So I believe this adds 5 more horsepower per side. Also had these custom made as well. Silver rockets on the end plates. He's also custom made me a set in silver and blue on mine. These were actually going to go on my end plates, but we are still waiting on that, so he's going to make me another set. I've already got the risers back off just because I won't have the wing for the show. So I'm going to go back and fill in these holes by just adding some more of my livery wrap to it just to cover it up. And pretty much my wing won't get here till Tuesday, so that kind of sucks, but it is what it is. No big deal. We can just show it wingless. It'll still look clean, but other than that, we're almost done, guys. Today's Saturday. We are basically just doing pretty much detailing. So I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna finish getting the bumper back on. Now that the light works, everything looks good. I gotta get the diffuser back on, get that installed. And you guys notice now the tow hook is on the right side. So I will have to order a tow hook, but so far looking good. What I like, guys, because of the LED light bar, the Porsche logos are in chrome, which also matches the exhaust tips, so I kind of like that. And it kind of helps with Dale's license plate frame. He's got the hardware also in silver, so that kind of helps kind of blend everything in. So far so good, guys. But like I said, today we are just doing a lot of detailing today. All the major projects are now complete. Matt's pretty much just getting all the decals on, and we'll just clean up the car a little bit, and then we are all done for today. So no longer is it crunch time. We are on schedule. None of this last minute trying to modify something or anything like that. So that kind of makes the day a lot easier and more relaxing to where we can just kind of chill.
We went to bed at 2 a.m.
Yeah, we did stay up pretty late, blasting his music and waking up my neighbors, so I'm pretty sure they like that. What's going on, guys? We are all done with the cars. Cars look freaking crazy. How good does this look, you guys? But Matt's all done with his car. We are all detailed, ready to go for Slammed Enough. But I just wanted to show you guys what everything looks like. Not in the garage, but actually parked out here on my lawn. But both cars look amazing. Wish I had the wing so I could match my buddy here, Matt. But that's okay. We're going to represent the wingless Porsches out there. That'll be the last time. But absolutely stunning, guys. What are you guys thinking of the livery? So keep in mind, it's a little bit more aggressive in the rear with the vinyl graphics, but after winter time, I'm actually going to dial it back. There's just some flaws I need to kind of hide for now, but I do have a buddy named Taylor from Instagram. He's going to go ahead, he's actually going to get it corrected, and then it should look brand new again. So I'm not worried about that, but just wanted to let you know it's not going to look like this all the time, unless you guys think I should leave it. But I will still get the bumper done. Maybe I'll redo the graphics exactly the same. What I'm talking about is I'm gonna do it more mild, so it'll still have the same splatter effect, but not as much, guys. But both cars look amazing. We are ready for tomorrow. You guys will probably get this video after the event is done, so stay tuned for that video when that video drops. I'll post all the links down in the description below. But Slammed Enough Ohio, we're ready for you guys. We're gonna be there tomorrow. Can't wait. So fam, that'll do it for this video. Thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys watching my videos. With that being said, guys, if you like the content, please consider subscribing. Hit those post notifications. That way every time I drop my videos, you guys will be notified. And if you guys have any questions or any comments, be sure to post them below. I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. You guys can also follow me on Instagram at LSTurboInteg. As always, guys, hit that like button. It really helps with my channel. With that being said, I hope you guys have a blessed and wonderful day. I'll see you guys on the next video. See ya. Peace.